to this week's edition of Stack Talk. I'm Gianna Pisano, and here's what's going on out there. On to a developing story here at St. Thomas Aquinas College. It was announced today that new dormitories will be added onto our campus. The location of the new structure is still unknown, but President Margaret Fitzpatrick insists that the new dorms will be a great fit to our beautiful campus. More on this story as it develops. Now, let's go to Chris with the latest Super Bowl news. Chris?
Thanks, Gianna. The Philadelphia Eagles won their first Super Bowl by defeating the Patriots by a final score of 41-33 at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Eagles were led by backup QB Nick Foles, who threw for 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. Foles even caught a touchdown from blocking tight end Trey Burton on a trick play the Eagles ran on 4th down from the goal line. Peterson said going into the halftime, "You're not going to beat this team by kicking field goals." Zach Ertz caught the game-deciding touchdown for the Eagles with just 2:25 to play on an 11-yard TD from Foles. Many people believe this would be too much time for legendary quarterback Tom Brady, but on the second play of their final drive after the Ertz TD, Brady was strip-sacked by Eagles defensive line Brandon Graham. The Pats would have one more opportunity potentially to tie the game, but a Hail Mary pass was knocked down by the Birds, giving them their first Super Bowl. Nick Foles was the game's MVP. Now back to you, Gianna, in the studio.
Thank you, Chris. It was quite a game. We'll be right back after this break with Megan on her story about the latest venture of Elon Musk that includes sending a car into space.
Hi, my name is Megan Higgins and welcome to Stack Talk. And today is about SpaceX's new Falcon Heavy rocket launch, which took place on Tuesday at the Kennedy Space Station in Cape Canaveral, Florida. The launch was on Pad 39A, where the Apollo moon mission had lifted off in 1968. It was decided by the CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk, to not only send a rocket into space, but also a cherry red Tesla Roadster, which was accompanied by a mannequin named the Starman. Along with the Starman was a red Hot Wheels Roadster, David Bowie's A Life on Mars, and a reassuring sign that read, "Don't panic." It was a successful launch, but it was unexpected how fast the Roadster would be traveling, causing it to miss Mars's orbit. The Roadster is clear of the asteroid belt and is expected to continue to orbit the sun for a while. The next time the Roadster will be close to Earth is in March 2021, when it is about 28 million miles away. Due to the successful launch, SpaceX is anticipating their next rocket to Mars in mid-2020. Back to you guys in the studio.
Hello and welcome to Stack Talk Sports Desk. I'm your host Jack Hanlon. This week we saw the return of the Winter Olympics, which are taking place in South Korea. The Games started on the 9th of February and will run until the 25th. Where countries from around the world will be competing to win as many medals as possible. So far, USA are the 5th most successful country with 2 gold medals. Germany topped the charts with 4 golds so far. This year, Russian athletes are competing under the Olympic flag, and they've been tipped to win the ice hockey since the NHL pulled its American athletes from the competition. So far, things have run smoothly in South Korea, and the games have been great viewing. Let's hope it continues in the same way. Thanks for watching, and back to you, Gianna.
Thanks, Jack. The Olympics really always are so exciting to watch. Now let's go to Brian for a quick weather update.
Thanks, Gianna. Well, if anyone was hoping for some early spring weather, the prayers have been answered. Today has been a high of 45 degrees with an 80% chance of guaranteed rain. Tuesday follows with a high of 65 degrees with a low of 54. Wednesday is the highlight of the week with a high of 72 degrees with a low of 42. And from Thursday through Saturday, it follows rainy weather from ranging between 50s and 40-degree weather. That being said, let's take a look at the weather map. And here we see New York with a high of 48 degrees, Albany with 44, and Boston with 50 degrees. That's all it is for the weather. Back to the studio with you, Gianna.
Thanks, Brian. Well, that's our broadcast for this week. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.